Hi, I'm Andrei Zhukov. I'm Python developer, but recently I developed a small iOS application. The main purpose of developing it was to understand how the process works. So after that I will be able to develop some other applications and maybe one of them will be profitable. In this video I want to show you the main steps of this process. The first step, find a simple idea that has a value for you. My app allows to see the sunrise and sunset times and the weather at the moment, and allows to set a reminder before the event in the reminders iOS application. At the beginning I want to use the alarm in the clocks app, but it's not possible. There are some ways to do it, but it's difficult and I wanted to keep my first app simple. I use it myself to plan the shooting of time lapses and photos, and it's a good time for working or meditations too. It has only 3 screens, main list of the days, the settings and the page with an information about the application and about me. So nothing complex there. The next step, learn the basics. I chose the language Swift and Swift UI the framework because I wanted to invest my time to something new and that will be developed in the future, and because there are too many brackets in the Objective-C for me. I started with naive approach with copy-paste the code from the tutorials and Stack Overflow, but I quickly realized that I'm missing some important parts in understanding the language, and for 2 weeks I switched to reading the book about Swift. The third step, build a habit to work on the project. I have a full-time job and kids, and I used to plan the work on the weekends, and it did not work well. There were always something that broke the schedule. And to solve this I switched to the daily work for 10-20 minutes. It took more time in total to finish the project, I think about 3-4 months, but in days it 4-5. I did not measure the time, I will do it for my next step. Number 4, find ways for self-motivation. At the end of the second month I paid $99 for the Apple Developer Program to force myself a little bit to finish it sooner, and also to be able to test the subscription with the renewal option. The subscription was the more complex part of the application because the documentation is difficult to understand. It's difficult to test, and I almost did it, but then I realized that I need my own server to make requests to validate if the subscription is active, and I decided to go with the side solution. I chose RevenueCat. It's easy to implement in the code, and they have the good tutorials how to configure it on their site and in the App Store. To get the money from the App Store you will need to fill some forms, and it's not easy sometimes too. I am still not sure that I filled correctly the USA taxes form. I will review it later when I will have some money from it. The next step, outsource some tasks. I'm not very good at design work, so I decided to try Fiverr to create the app icon. I paid $10 for the first version, but then my girlfriend saw it and made some adjustments. And the final step, publish it. It took me about 1 week to bypass the review process, about 1 review per day. In the first one they found a bug. In the second one they found that I did not fill some forms. In the third one they found the same bug as in the first one. And at that moment I realized that I published the same version. After that it moved faster. I fixed some other bug, and in the final 2 reviews I just sent some screenshot with the explanation about the application. I'm happy that they have this process. It made my app better. I fixed 2 bugs and I made some better wordings. So that's it. I had a good feeling about another one finished project. I use it myself and another app is on the go. If you have any questions or you know how to fill this US taxes form for French developer, write them in the comments, subscribe, like, and see you